Okay, so I think we were going to open up for some questions now, and I think what you can do is maybe you can read it to me, the questions, and so phone it's not working here, so you go ahead, and if you have a question, please go ahead and ask the questions now, and I would, if anything that I can answer, I'll be happy to. If there's something not I can answer, then I'll leave it as it is. And just maybe as while you're thinking about a question, I just wanted to say a few other things that so this January 9th will be our last webcast, but then next year we will have a full another webcast cycle of teachings, and they are all like you can see on your screen the titles for that, and also the is a 6-month long program, so every month we will have it, and this is all are about compassional act. It's about service, and I truly believe that that we all are born to serve, and we some do better job than other in the process of serving, but we all try our best, and hope these discussions for next 6 months will help all of you and help myself to do better. So this is my wish and prayers, to get to just the topic, to get in touch with that topic. So yeah. So, and then I also encourage to visit our Ocean of Wisdom website. Ocean of Wisdom website. It's many of you know, it's a website we not long ago we have created. Basically, in this website we have many YouTube teachings, and we are trying to put all the live webcasts once to many people who have missed these live webcasts, so they can look at the Ocean of Wisdom website to listen them. Oh, they're all free, and also there are many. I wanted to thank you many people and doing voluntary work on subtitling all of these teachings or live webcasts, and also all the past old YouTube teachings. They all are subtitling by a different Sangha member who is volunteering from different countries. I don't know, last time I knew there were like 30 people, 40 people or something like that, constantly working on that. I truly appreciate it, and clearly this is one ways of manifesting our service to others. Yeah.
So here's a question from Scarlett. Rinpoche, can a profession be an expression of my true being?
Yeah, so the question is, can profession?
Yeah, be an expression of my true being.
Well, I don't know. That question seems like a can profession can be a true expression of my true being? Well, I mean, when you're saying a profession, it's always some sense of monetary relationship, exchange of monetary relationship, and those sense. So I don't see any specific relationship like saying true manifestation of true self. It's difficult to say that, you know. But as far as expression itself is concerned, you know, like one can be a great, like you know, people do whatever they do, like a genius, you know, like creator, inventors, people do that. Sometimes they are, can be, it's possible that, I think it's possible that one can manifest like as a form of profession, but one can manifest a true kind of true expression of oneself. Because when, what will be the first, let's say, what will be this meaning of true expression of oneself? Or another way to say it, that will be, in the teachings we say Chile, enlightened manifestation. Enlightened manifestation is some sense of a manifestation without agenda. Manifestations coming out from a pure space with full potentiality and full warmth in target to particular need of momentum needs. So like whatever is that universe needs it, whatever sentient beings need it, whatever your soul needs it, whatever that place needs it, it just kind of spontaneously manifesting. So those expressions are like a more expression of like a true self. Because most of the time, you know, when we love somebody, you know, like, I mean, I know clearly that when, as a father, when I love my child, there seems, it's clearly, I look at it very closely, it seems like clearly the need to love, it's more in me than need to be loved for Singh. Of course, he needed to be loved, but clearly there's a big portion of it, it's my need. Human beings, we have parenting problems with that. We give them child what they need, but we don't let them be. And when parents fail as a good parenting, they don't allow the child to express their soul fully. In the name of love, controlling. In the name of love, they control someone else's soul in their full expression. But still, you think love. So I think some sense of a genuine expression is what comes from that inner refuge with no agenda. They are like a more true expression of self. I mean, that's how I would look at it.
So this question is from Christian. Is emptiness and space in the end a concept too? How do you make sure that being in their awareness is not a delusion?
So emptiness and space is also a concept. How do you know that being in that space is not a deluding yourself? Yeah, that's a very good question. So it's like you know, that's what we're talking about, the layers, you know, like layers. You how many layers you have. So some people are, you know, you are in different layers, but you think you arrived already. You're on the way, you feel you arrived already, but you are not. So these questions are difficult questions and difficult to answer. And I think as maybe even when you're asking this question, it's just question, you see. But if you practice it, you might it might help you to refine the question better. It might help me to answer better. It might dissolve your question and my answer both simultaneously with the practice. So I would recommend to do more like a practice and trying to be a little bit more aware inside yourself. When the confidence arises, it arises, and that it doesn't ask the question.
So this question from Heidi. Please, precious master, can you speak more about overcoming fear of aging or attaching to the appearance of the physical body?
So the question, not a question, right? It's a request. Can you speak a little bit about more spirit?
Yeah, I can speak more about overcoming fear of aging.
Overcoming fear of aging. Yeah, can you speak more about overcoming fear of aging?
And attachment to the physical appearance.
Attachment to the physical appearance. So overcoming fear of aging, attachment to the physical appearances. Yeah. So we all know that, you know, like as we get older, I mean, if you look at and even in a Facebook page, it tells you last year this time the event, or a few years ago this time event, it shows you a photo. So a few years old, it shows you back at the few. Immediately you see the changes. The changes are really like fast. And of course, if you look at, generally speaking, if you look at what bothers you, it will bother you more. If you look at continuously what bothers you, it will bother you more. So I think the important is to shifting attention to elsewhere. So not look at, you know, not constantly looking at your face, which is changing, or your appearance, which is changing. Not constantly, it's changing anyway. The more you look at, the more you don't want it to change, the more it will change. So it's like that, you know. The stress doesn't help, and repeating the stress doesn't help. So in some sense, the practice is clearly for sure. I mean, of course, my answer is the same. Clearly for sure, you go internally in inner refuge. Change less face. If your fear of changing faces, then connect to the changeless, eternal, youthful face. And of course, you cannot change forever. And at least when the fears are coming, not sit with the fear, but connect with the inner refuge. And when more you connect with inner refuge, when you feel the confidence of changelessness, you feel more inner youthfulness.
Jose Ignacio Malaga asks, Dear Rinpoche, could you talk about the karmic seeds and if the inner refuge helps to dissolve them? Thank you very much.
So what is the karmic seed, and does inner refuge helps to dissolve it? That's the question, Jose. Hi. So the karmic seeds are like every moment to moment, our experiences are like a manifestation of karmic seed. Every pain, every conflict, every thoughts are like manifestations of our karmic seeds. Does inner refuge help? For sure. Inner refuge is clearly the best ways to liberate them. So it's not like a temporary getting rid of temporarily, but getting rid of for forever. So this is what we're saying. You know, I mean, there's basically the homework that I have given, that you can say that is the way to overcome those karmic seeds. Because if you say, oh, my problem is this person, that's the karma. That it's your karma, that you have karma with that person. That's your karma. That's karmic seed is manifesting. And instead of clearing it sooner, it's taking too long time. It's taking too long time because you're focusing on the wrong place. You don't even know the value of focusing on the right place. You don't are even aware of the consequences of focusing on the wrong places. I said, it's better to be aware of the value. That's the best. That's the better way to do it. Oh, I see the value of it. If not, then be aware of the consequences. I would not try to be aware of the consequences. It's not my attraction. I would see the value of being in inner refuge, clearing the karmic seeds. That's a better way to look at it. But if somehow I don't get it, then at least then I'm saying, okay, last chance, just feel the consequences. What you're doing is not helping at all. Instead, it's becoming a worse. But I don't want it to be worse. If you don't want it to be worse, don't do what you're doing it. Don't do what you're doing it. It produces more karma. So clearly, yes, the homework what I'm saying, it's the way to overcome those seeds. So the last one.
Carol asks, part of me wants to go through the door of liberation, but part of me feels like this is giving up somehow, and I should or could just try harder. Why is it so hard to let go of the I?
Okay, can you repeat again?
Sure. Part of me wants to go through the door of liberation.
Okay, so the part of me wanted to go through the door of liberation.
But part of me feels like this is giving up somehow.
Okay, so part of me feels like that this is giving up.
And you should try harder.
You should try harder, okay?
Why is it so difficult to let go of?
Why it's so difficult to let go of the I. Okay? I think probably that makes sense to everybody, right? So let me go back the other way around. Why it's so difficult to let go of that I? It's very simple. Because that's only the I you have. Or that's only the I you think you have. If you have only one, how you would let it go? You cannot let it go. That's only what you have. Or that's only what you think you have. That's why. But if you know that's not the only thing what you have, that's not the best thing what you have, that's something that you really don't need it, then it's very easy or much easier to let go. And the same way, you're near the door and you wanted to put more effort. You want to put more effort because you trust more in effort. You trust in the one who is putting effort. You trust in that pain. You identify with that pain. You're so used to dealing with pain, not with solutions. That's why you wanted to put more effort. Because you some sense you feel the effort will work. The pain will clear another pain. That's not true. That's all what we're talking. That's not true. So we have to totally change our way of being. At least give so much space to ourselves. So much space. So much space. Giving a space to myself. Giving space to myself. Giving space to this particular pain, which is ready to shout and scream and yell at somebody. No. It needs space from me. It's asking space from me. I need to give a space to it. It's not about that person. It's just asking me space. So give space like that. Okay? So, are we missing anything?
Remind that fourth session in this webcast.
Okay, so as everybody knows, our next session will be 3:30 Eastern Standard Time. That means New York time, 3:30. And so Alejandro Chaoul will be guiding the practice from Houston, Texas. And many of you know, I don't know that these are translated into many different languages. I don't know exactly how many languages, but usually the live webcast is translated into 12 languages, and then so probably in different countries you're hearing the different translations. So I wanted to appreciate and thank to all those voluntary translators. And I had been working yesterday, today, to with this new year, the next new year, when we begin our live webcast, we hope to have a translation in Tibetan for Tibetans in Tibet and elsewhere who not fully understand English. So we will have one more language added on it. So thank you very much, everybody. And so we will do dedication. Chabde sola deje doba jongo son nyando ye ba jo ozo dane gozo doba jo Ranje done jela bemba. May I attain great confidence in three refuges. May my experience and realization of the wisdom of three door increase. In purifying the three poisons, may I obtain three bodies. In liberating my own being, may I benefit others. Thank you.